Well, after having a few restarts and such, trying to get this game going, I finally managed to get it to work here. Hello, everybody. This is Robert from RJL 518, and I welcome you here to Yankee Stadium. And today's date is August 4th, 1985. And as I'm typing everything right now, as I tried to get everything in here, it looks like we got everything going here. We're still going to have a ball game later. We still have a wild card game to play, which will still occur, but I wanted to get this game in first. This is, of course, everyone here knows me, Robert, RJL 518. I'm a big-time Mets fan. Everybody knows that. And even though he died on August 31st, yesterday was actually reported that we lost Tom Seaver. Tom Seaver, 75 years old, had died of complications due to dementia, and according to what we're told, also COVID-19 had a hand in Seaver's passing. Philip Reynolds, Steeler fan, 1933, welcome. So far, Al Red Sox fan has done his tribute. He used Replay Baseball. Cards and Dice CP, big time Seaver fan, big time Mets fan, did his tribute using Stratomatic. I was going to use Action PC, but I just didn't like. I was actually recording an Action PC game, and I really didn't like the way it was going. And I felt it should be done with Cards and Dice with the system I've been using lately. So, today is August 4th, 1985, and this is a game between the Chicago White Sox and the New York Yankees. Of course, you're wondering, well, I'm a Mets fan. Why am I not doing Seaver as a Met? This is not about my Mets and Seaver. It's about Seaver's career. And on this date, and I actually remember watching this game during the summer in 1985, and I was I was with my grandmother on a summer vacation from school, and was watching this game on television, a small little black and white. Actually was a small color TV, watching Tom Seaver get his 300th win. Today he gets his 300th win. I'm going to hope to see if I can do that for him in a tribute game here for Tom Seaver in this game between the Chicago White Sox and the New York Yankees. This is 1985. All my seasons for Payoff Pitch are sealed, except so I opened up this one so I could do this. Unfortunately, the 1986 season was not released yet. Joe Bryant is working on it, and I would have done Tom Seaver's last game with the Boston Red Sox, but on September 13, 1986. But since I had the 85 seasons, I have them all, but I have 85. I figured, well, why don't we do a tribute to Tom Seaver, his 300th win at Yankee Stadium. It was a beautiful day at Yankee Stadium. It was gorgeous. A nice August summer day. And I remember watching this game, and he was wearing the White Sox jerseys, the White Sox gray jerseys with the word Sox written across. The Yankees, of course, were in pinstripes. It was a big day for Seaver as he would go ahead and get his 300th win. So, as some people have done tributes so far, this is my tribute to Tom Seaver. Payoff Pitch, 1985, August 4, his 300th. Phil Rizzuto Day, exactly. Although I really didn't care. Although a lot of people didn't care really about Phil Rizzuto Day, I think, that day. Sports Time Machine joins me. So in this game, we're going to go ahead and try to recreate his 300th victory. We'll see how the dice fall. And it's funny that, of course, for those of you who did not know what happened last night, as Mungo Jerry 311 joins me for this tribute game. For those of you who didn't watch last night's National League wildcard game, it's funny that that kind of a game occurred on his day that his death was reported. So if you've not seen it, please watch that game. It was a very special game for the National League wildcard playoff, 1994, to the Giants and the Astros. We will still have our playoff game tonight. I'm not canceling anything. We got baseball to play, but I wanted to get his tribute game in first. This is going to be done non-broadcast style, so we're just going to play the game out, and we'll see where the dice lay at low, okay? Top of the first inning, starting pitcher for the New York Yankees that day was Joe Cowley. Not a bad pitcher, actually. 12 wins, 6 losses, 3.95 ERA. I did give us. I do have a one-page score sheet for this game, and I liked what CP Cards and Dice Tony did. He played Seaver's first start, 1967. Please watch that if you've not. It's a terrific tribute. So please watch that tribute to Seaver if you've not caught it. Cards and Dice TV. He played his first game against the Pittsburgh Pirates as a Met in 1967. So please watch that if you haven't. Let's go ahead and get to our game. Top of the first inning here, leading off for the Chicago White Sox will be left fielder Rudy Law. Cowley is a right-hander. Law batted .252, 4 homers and 85 against the rights. This game is underway. It starts with an in-play 34, and that's going to be a base hit for Law. They'll go to first on a opening single. Steal rating 5+ B. He definitely has a threat to steal, and he's going to go. We're going to try to go ahead and steal with him because he has it. And with a plus on the it actually increased the jump rating by 1. If you can see on Rudy Law's card, it's a 5-steer plus. So increase the jump rating on his card. So actually it's a 6 for this one. So he's going to get a chance to steal. So let's see if he gets the jump. Cowley's hold is a 7. Law is a 5. It'll actually become a 6. So 0 to 63, he attempts 25. There goes Law. And he is a steal rating of B. Ron Hassey's arm rating is a 4. So that actually turns out to be a B4. That turns out to be an excellent. So let's think, and excellent for stealing actually comes in safe. So Rudy Law does steal second base. And here's Brandon Baker joins me here today. Thank you for joining me, Brandon. We're still going to have baseball tonight, normal style. Brian Little is next batter for the White Sox. And that is a tough 33, and that is a ground ball to third. Rudy Law's run rating is a 9. The throw's going to go to first, and that's going to be out number 1. And because the grounder went to third, Law has to hold, so he stays at second base. So that's a grounder. 1 out. Here's Harold Baines. Baines is the right fielder today. It is a patient 14, and Baines draws a walk. He'll go to first. We're doing this non-presentation style, non-broadcast style, rolling and playing. Greg Walker, first baseman, batted .270, 20 homers and 85. And that one really didn't make it, but we'll roll again. And that's going to be a ballpark 08 Yankee Stadium. That's a wheelhouse. A wheelhouse 54 for Walker, and he's going to go ahead and send this one high. He's going to send this one deep. It's to right center field, and that is a goner for Greg Walker. Home run. Now, that's the way to start a tribute for Seaver. Give him 3 runs to start the game and not even get out to pitch. 3-run blast by Greg Walker. And the White Sox jump out 3-0. Next batter is the catcher, Carlton Fisk, batted .231, 28 homers against rights. The 1985 White Sox really weren't that terrible. Pitching was a little suspect, though. That's a patient 03. Fisk is going to draw the walk. He'll go to first. And that brings up the designated hitter, Oscar Gamble. Gamble batted .207, 4 homers against rights. And that's a patient 75, and that's a walk to Gamble. So Gamble's going to trot down to first. So we have runners at first and second. So Joe Cowley off to a uneasy start for the Yankees in this game. And that will bring up Tim Hewlett. Hewlett batted .250, 3 homers against rights. Dave Little joins me at the ballpark at Yankee Stadium. Thank you. And that's a tough 82, and that is a fly ball to center field. Fly out to center. Henderson will get to that, 2 outs. And now we'll see Ozzie Guillen. Batted .287 with 1 homer against rights. Remember, we still have a ball game being played tonight. We're playing the White Sox now of 85, then we go 9 years further. Into 1994, they host the Mariners tonight. Game 1 of that American League wildcard series. Cowley passes a patient 59, and that's going to be a fly ball to left. And that will end the inning. So 3 runs for the White Sox on 2 hits, 3 walks, and a stolen base, 3-0. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Pitching for the Chicago White Sox, trying for his 300th win, is Tom Seaver. 16-11, 3.17 ERA. You know, in his final real year in baseball, Tom Seaver had a fine year. 16 wins, 11 losses, a 3.17 ERA. There is nothing wrong with that stat at 40 years old. You're 40 years old and you go 5 and you have a winning record with a 3.17 ERA. I'll take that any day. Even today, I'll take that any day. I'll take that in today's baseball. So Tom Seaver will come out on the mound, try to get his 300th win. Rickey Henderson leads off for the Yankees, batted .292, 12 homers against rights. He was 26 years old here, Rickey, and he is in center field for the Yankees today, I should say. And that's a defense check, 72. Error check possible to third base, ball at the Hewlett. His error rating is a 1. It's a 1-69, but a 72 on the dice. He's going to make the play. Hewlett grabs it, throws to first, out number 1. What a play by Tim Hewlett to get out the speedy Rickey Henderson. Here's Ken Griffey. He's designated hitter today, and that's Ken Griffey Sr., batted .284, 8 homers against the rights. And that is a fouled away, strike 1. That's a leaner. Do it again. That's better. That's a tough 23. And Griffey's going to get a base hit as he hits that one to left center field, and that's actually going to be a double. So Griffey actually goes to second on a 1-out double for Griffey. Next up, first baseman Don Mattingly. Batted .348, 17 homers. One of his best years Mattingly had was in 85. And that is a tough 48. And that's a ground ball to third. Ground ball to first, actually. I'm sorry. That's taken up by Walker. Griffey will advance to third on the put out. 2 outs. And now Dave Winfield, right fielder. .287 average, 16 homers against rights. Can Seaver get out of this jam? And that's going to be an in-play 38. And nope, Dave Winfield's going to get a base hit. That's a single. Winfield goes to first. Griffey will score. And it's now 3-1. Next batter is left fielder Dan Pasqua. Boy, some of these names bring back nostalgia for me watching baseball in the 80s. 2 outs. Winfield on the first. 4C steal rating. Will not run. And that's going to be a tough 16. And he strikes out Pasqua, and that will end the inning. First strikeout for Seaver. Yankees get 1 back. 1 run on 2 hits. And it's 3-1 at the end of 1. As I said, I was watching this game on TV in my upstate New York, watching this game. At that time, I was still very much a Yankee fan, but of course, being a big more Mets fan, as I was then, being a Mets fan, of course, always was a Mets fan, but, I knew Tom Seaver was going for his 300th win, and of course, NBC carried that game. NBC Game of the Week carried it. And that was such a fun game to watch, to see Seaver get his 300th win. And I was living in upstate. Yep, shout out to upstate New York. I lived in, thank you for joining me, Steve Tower, from After Further Review. Awesome channel, as always. I was with my grandmother, and my grandpa lived in the Catskill Mountains in Liberty, New York, in Sullivan County. My best friend actually still lives up there, too. Wonderful place. If you've never been there, you got to take a trip to there. It's a wonderful area. At least it was back then. Not too bad now still. Top of the second inning. Who leads off? Leading off for the White Sox will be Luis Salazar. Pitch from Cowley. And that is a tough 15. Salazar goes down on strikes, 1 out. As I said, I'm doing this non-broadcast style, just rolling and playing. Here's Rudy Law. He actually singled his last time up. Tough 29, and that's going to be a base hit for Law. He gets his second hit of the game. He'll go to first on the base hit. He's 2 for 2. Another chance to steal. He's got a 7 on the board. He will not do it this time. He will not steal, and that will bring up Brian Little. Always an honor when, after further review with Steve Tower, joins me. Always an honor when he's here. He's another one of the reasons why I got into this, besides the people I have mentioned in my past. Here's the pitch to Little. And that is a ballpark 64. Little's hitting from the left side. That is a wheelhouse. Wheelhouse 65, though, is just not good. That's a fly ball. There's absolutely nothing. 65. And that is going to be a fly ball to center for out number 2. Law has to hold a 3 on the dice now. Law could steal if he wants to. Would be a 5 to chance to steal. But he's not going to go with 2 outs. It'll be Harold Baines batting. Baines walked his last time up. Pitch on the way. And that is a tough 24. And Baines will go down on strikes. And the inning is over. No runs and a hit for the White Sox. Go to the bottom half of inning number 2. Here comes Tom Terrific. Here comes the franchise. He can barely manage rolling dice. Dave, if you got problems rolling dice, you really have some issues. Leading off for the New York Yankees is the catcher, Ron Hassey. Batted .324, 13 homers in 85. Here's the pitch. And that is a patient on Seaver, patient 77. And that's a fly ball to center field. Fly ball to center, 1 out. Next batter is Willie Randolph, second baseman, obviously. Pitch from Seaver. And that's a defense check, 82. That might be okay. Might be okay. That is a range check to third. Again goes to Hewlett. Hewlett with an error rating of 1, which is the worst error. But again, an 82 on the dice. He's going to make the out. Hewlett grabs it, throws to first. 2 outs. Tim Hewlett gets tested twice and passes both. Ground out to third. And now the batter is Mike Pagliarulo, third baseman, a.k.a. Pags, batted .252 with 17 homers in 85. And that's a ballpark check, though. That's a wheelhouse, definitely. And a wheelhouse 34 for Pags, and that one is hit high. That one is hit deep, and that one is hit gone. Pags sends this one clearly over the left center field fence. It's now 3-2. As Pagliarulo definitely smacks that homer. Solo shot into left center. And it's now a 3-2 ball game. And that will bring up Bobby Meacham, shortstop, batted .214 and a homer against the Rights in 85. Here's the pitch. And that's a defense check, 37, I'm going to say. That's a range check to short. The ball is hit to Guillen. His range is a B. 37, and he's going to make the out. 35-99, he is out. Guillen makes a great play, throws to first, and gets Meacham out. And that will end the inning. Some good playing in the outfield, except for in the infield, I should say. But the Yankees get a run on a big homer by Pags. It's 3-2 at the end of 2. We go to the top of the third here. Here comes Greg Walker. He smacked the home run off of Cowley in the first inning. And that is a wheelhouse 72, and Walker's going to get a base hit. Smacks a single. He's going to be 2 for 2 now. As he'll trot on down to first. 2C steal rating, will not run, and that will bring up Carlton Fisk. Pitch from Cowley. That's an 8. That's a patient 92. That's going to be a fly ball to left. Walker has to stay at first. And here's Oscar Gamble trying to get Tom Seaver's 300th win. The Yankees are not going to make it easy, it looks like. That's an in-play 31. Joe Cowley, first of all, wild pitch, 30-31. So Greg Walker, so that's going to be a wild pitch first on Cowley. So Walker goes to second on the wild pitch. So he goes there. Now you use the original roll, which is an in-play 31, and that's going to be a base hit for Oscar Gamble. That's a long single to the gap to center field, and Walker's going to go to third. He'll have to hold there. As runner on second advances one base. So Gamble gets a base hit. For those of you wondering how the wild pitch rule works, that's exactly how it works, according to Joe Bryan. And I double-checked with him to make sure on it. You roll if it's a 30-31 on the dice, if it's in the wild pitch rating, you go ahead and resolve the wild pitch first, move your runners, then take the same exact roll, and then check the batter card. So that it's possible, because I actually did that in a game earlier when I wasn't so sure about the rule. I actually took a triple away from the Cardinals in my runner-up series against the Yankees about a couple of months ago. So that is how you run the wild pitch rule. So now runners at first and third, and of course there is one out, and the batter is Tim Hewlett. Hewlett double plays normal. The Yankees are going to call for are going to stay in double play depth. So they're going to say infield back, try to turn it. And that's going to be a tough 68. And that's going to be a fly ball to right. It's not going to be deep enough to score Walker. Fly to right. Tough pitch, 2 outs. Walker will have to hold at third. And that will bring up Guillen. Guillen flew out his last time up. Pitch coming. And that is a tough 59 to Guillen. And that's going to be a fly ball to left. And that will end the inning. A chance for the White Sox goes by the board. No runs, a couple of hits, a wild pitch, but that's all they get. Still 3-2 White Sox. And Tom Seaver's 300th win attempt. 300th win attempt, I should say. So here comes Tom Terrific. I've got another story to tell you. Another story to tell, but we'll do that at the end of the end of the third. Here's Ricky Henderson, grounded out his last time up. Bottom of the third inning. Cards and Dice TV joins me. As I've been telling them, Tony, you did such a great tribute to Seaver. I told him to please check your channel out, as you did 28 batters. The 1960s, his first ever start against the Pirates, and I'm doing his 300th win. Even though I'm a Mets fan, I'm going to roll for the White Sox. That is going to be a defense check 73 and error check to second base. So the ball was hit to Little. His error rating is a 4, 1-38, 73 on the dice. Not a problem. Little will throw Henderson out, 1 down. So I'm doing this non-broadcast style. Here's Ken Griffey. Griffey doubled his last time up. Pitch from Terrific. That's a tough 88, and that is a grounder to second base. Ground out to second as well. That'll be the second out. And now the batter is Don Mattingly. That would have been sacrilege if Seaver was ever wearing Yankee pinstripes. That would have been sacrilege. Sorry. I can deal with, even though I hated the Midnight Massacre, and of course I was very young when that happened. Tony at Cards and Dice knows that better than I do. But I could deal with Seaver in a Reds uniform, and I could actually deal with him in a White Sox uniform. If he was in a Yankee uniform, I think I really would have gotten absolutely sick. Here's the pitch to Mattingly. And that's a defense check too, but a 12 could be a problem. But a 12 could be a problem. That's an error check to third. This time Hewlett's not going to make that play. That's going to be an error on Hewlett. It's going to be a one-base error. Mattingly will get to first. He passed 2 tests, but he could not pass that one. So an error on the White Sox there. And Mattingly on at first, not a threat to steal at all. And here's Dave Winfield. Winfield singled his last time up. Seaver trying to get out the jam. And that is going to be a tough 23. And Winfield will go down on strikes. And that will retire the side. That is Seaver's second strikeout. No runs, no hits, but an error. And at the end of 3, it's the White Sox leading the Yankees 3-2, trying to get Tom Seaver's 300th win. All my baseball seasons are sealed. You know, I've all put them all in order and sealed them up. And the seal, except for the only 2 seasons I'm using, of course, is 21 for Bleacher Bums Gaming and 1994, obviously. One of the first baseball games I ever went to, I don't really remember much of it. The scoreboard is from, I got this from eBay. The scoreboard is actually available usually in a bucket full of baseball guys for kids. I was lucky I actually found someone just sold the scoreboard by itself. I made some modifications. I moved the home. I changed the home and away. Changed the home and away, put the home here, the away here, made some modifications and added some stuff so I could put the logos right above them. Some holders, some plastic holders. One of the first games I ever went to, very, very young, I was 2 years old. 2 years old. And we went to a game in 1971. A friend of my mom's brought me, friend of my mom's brought me to a ball game at Shea Stadium. And Seaver was pitching that game, and I really didn't know much about it. I was 2 years old, but I had a little Mets jersey and all that, a small little Met cap, as far as I know. A few years later, I finally found out what game I went to, and I found out I went to see a game featuring Tom Seaver, and it was against the Houston Astros, and pitching for the Astros was J.R. Richard. I can't believe I actually, at 2 years old, I was at a game between the Mets and the Astros, Tom Seaver versus J.R. Richard. I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Unfortunately, I don't remember the exact date. I've been trying to find it, and when I do, maybe I can post it if I can find the exact date that it was. I know it was a home game. I know it was in Yankee. I know it was, and I know the Mets won it, I believe. So, but I'm not entirely 100% sure. That was 49 years ago. So, but I guess that's my Tom Seaver story. So, top of the 4th inning, White Sox leading 3-2 here over the Yankees. Joe Cowley will continue to pitch for New York, and here's Luis Salazar. And actually, first off, I'll go ahead and do a quick shuffle of the cards. I know I usually do. I have multiple decks, but in this case, I'm just going to just shuffle and just get it done. Shuffle and then flip. Thing about these cards, really don't have to shuffle. You can just turn them over, just turn the deck over. So here's Luis Salazar leading off for the White Sox. And that's going to be a tough 61, and that's a fly out to right. 1 out. Except for the Mets winning. Yeah. Steeler fans still a little bit upset after last night, I think. Still a little bitter from last night's game. Here's Rudy Law. And that is a wheelhouse 62, and Law's going to have a base hit. That's his 3rd time he's been on base. His 3rd straight single. He has a stolen base, roll of 5 on the board. He's got a chance to steal again. Brian Little's the batter. We're going to send Law again to try to steal. This time now it's a steal rating of 5, so his jump rating's a 5. Cowley's hold is a 7. So now a 0 to 56, he goes 34. There goes Law. It's still an excellent chance. The throw down to second, safe, but just barely. Only on an excellent is he safe, and he just slid under the tag. The umpire calls him safe. Second stolen base for Law. Just gets in there. And I'll tell you, Pasqua threw everything he had into that. I'm sorry, Hassey threw everything he had into that throw. Law's at second base, and still one out. And here's Brian Little. Little 0 for 2. And that is a tough 0-1. Little will go down on strikes, second out. And now a chance for Harold Baines. Two outs, long second. Here's the pitch. That is a defense 19. That could be an issue. Range check to right field. Let's hit the Winfield. His range is a C. He ain't getting to that. He is not going to get to that one. That is going to be a hit. And that's going to be a double, 2 bases. So Law will score easily. Baines will go to second, and the White Sox retake a 2-run lead, 4-2. Four to 2 White Sox. And that will bring up Greg Walker with Baines on second base. Walker 2 for 2 also has a home run and a singles last time up. Baines on at second. Here's the pitch to Walker. And that is a patient 90. And Cowley's going to get out of it. That's a ground ball. The second throw goes to first, and that will end the inning. White Sox get 1 run on 2 hits, a stolen base as well. We lead 4-2. Coming up to bat for the Yankees will be Dan Pasqua, the bottom of the 4th. Come on, terrific. Let's do it. That's a defense check. A 94 should be fine. Error check to right field. That ball is hit to Baines. Baines is error rating of 4, but not a problem with a 94 on the dice. 1 out. Had no issue with that one. And now here's the catcher, Ron Hassey. I only wish that we'll have the 1986 season. That's the next season being done by Joe Bryan and Payoff Pitch, which means we could actually play Tom Seaver's last game he ever did, September 13, 86 with the Red Sox. Hassey, the batter now. And that's an in-play 93. That's not a problem. That's going to be a fly out to right. Two straight flyouts to right, and now we'll see Randolph. Need to create a larger scoreboard for the tabletop, the larger numbers. Well, everybody should be able to see everything clearly here. I got a very good camera now, so everybody should be able to see everything perfectly here, right? Here's 2 outs. I am streaming in high def. That's going to be a tough 20, and Randolph is going to get a base hit. He gets a single. He'll go to first. And now the batter is Mike Pagliarulo. He hit the home run earlier for the Yankees. Let's see if Seaver can get him out this time. And that's a tough 65. And, yep, that's a grounder to short. Over to second. Side retired. No runs and a hit for the Yankees. Still 4-2 for the White Sox. The final score of this game actually was 4-1 in favor of the White Sox. They did, of course, get him his 300th victory. But I have a feeling, but you never know what the dice here in Payoff Pitch, as, of course, Steeler fan 1933 found out last night. And if you have not caught that game, please do. And by the way, when I played that game, I did not know Seaver had passed away yet. So if anyone's not caught in last night's National League wildcard playoff between the Giants and the Astros, please do watch it. It is definitely a worth watch. And Brandon Baker and some other people, and of course other people as caught, couldn't believe what happened. Top of the fifth inning, 4-2 White Sox. Here's Carlton Fisk leading off. He's 0 for 1. Bring the thing back here so everyone can see it a little bit clearer. I don't mind with the cards. That is a tough 50 and ground out to third for out number 1. There's Oscar Gamble. That is a wheelhouse 96, but that's going to be a fly ball to right. And now Tim Hewlett. Pitch to Hewlett. And that is a patient 10. That's a base on balls. Hewlett goes to first. 8 on the dice. Hewlett really not a threat to steal. 3C, he'll stay right there. And here's Ozzie Guillen. And that is a wheelhouse 28, and it's going to be a base hit for Guillen. Hewlett run rating of 7 will make third on the with 2 outs. Guillen will go to first. Runners at the corners now for Luis Salazar. Guillen 3C still rating, 4 on the dice, will not run. Salazar 0 for 2. Can Salazar come through with a big hit tonight? That is an in-play 30, and first things first, Cowley throws another wild pitch. A wild pitch on Cowley, his second one of the game. So that's going to bring in Hewlett and send Guillen to second. So Hewlett scores on the wild pitch. Guillen goes to second base. And it's now 5-2. Now we resolve the pitch, and that is an in-play 30, and that's a base hit by Salazar. And that will score Guillen. Salazar gets a single, and Guillen scores, and the White Sox are doing whatever they can to make sure Seaver gets this win. Base hit for Salazar. Will score Guillen, and it's now 6-2. Second wild pitch thrown by Cowley in this game. And that's going to be it for Cowley. He's going to be done as he's now reached fatigue with 6 runs. And Salazar on at first. So Cowley will be gone. So the Yankees will go to the bullpen. You check out that Thunder Rockets Game 7 last night. Yeah, I heard it was pretty good. My Miami Heat are up 2-0 on the Bucks. Go figure that one out. And yet, but I'll be honest with you, Dave, I have not watched 1 minute of playoff basketball. And I'm a big Heat fan. I love my Heat down here in Florida, but down here in South Florida, I've been a Heat fan ever since they started, but I haven't watched one single basketball minute. Who's the next batter here first? Next batter for the White Sox is Rudy Law. And I think the Yankees are going to stay with a right-hander. And they're going to bring in Brian Fisher to pitch. 4 wins, 4 losses, 2.38 ERA. So Cowley is done. Fisher will come in, short relief, so he can go innings 5 and 6 easily. Salazar, a 5B steal rating. He's got to attempt to steal, but now the 4-run lead, he won't do it. So now Law, we'll see what he has here. Pitch to Law. And that's going to be a tough 86, and that's a ground ball to second, and that will end the inning. As Law is actually put out for the first time tonight. He was 3 for 3. 2 runs for the White Sox on 2 hits, a walk, and a wild pitch. 6-2 White Sox. Go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Tom Seaver coming out here. May he rest in peace. I still love watching the end of the 1969 World Series, Cards and Dice. Tony will believe me on this, that you always watch that last out and the champion and the congratulations going on in the Mets clubhouse, where Tom Seaver says, nobody believed in us. Nobody would do it. Anyone always had us out against this Orioles team and all that, and we showed them how to do it. Tom Seaver. Everybody in every Mets Nation member, of course, of which I am one, and of course I know Cards and Dice is, Tony. We salute our hats to, in my opinion, to the best Mets pitcher player in their history and top 10 pitcher in baseball history, and he is in my my all-time starting rotation. By the way, here's Bob Meacham against Seaver, and that's going to be a tough 81. That's a fly ball to center for out number 1. Sandy Koufax is my opening day starter. Tom Seaver pitches on day 2. Ricky Henderson now at bat, 0 for 2 tonight. And that is an in-play 19, and that's going to be a base hit for Henderson. And he will make it to first. That's his first hit of the game. 6 on the board, steal rating by Henderson. Now, if you're down by 4 runs, I really don't think you're going to steal. So they'll bring up Ken Griffey Jr., even though Henderson would make it probably anyway. Yeah. I just, down by 4 runs, I just don't see it happening. And Fisk is arm rating a 3. What is it, an 8? So it'd been the A3. I'm pretty sure it's an excellent chance. Yeah, it's an excellent chance. Let's see if he goes. I'll see if Henderson goes. Henderson's steal rating's a 6. Seavers holds an 8. So we check the optional jump chart. So on a 0 to 70, Henderson will attempt to steal. It's a 67. There he goes. The throw down there, and he is safe by a mile. And Henderson will steal second base. Normally something I wouldn't do with a 4-run lead. You need base runners, but stolen base for Ricky. And now Griffey will bat. Still 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. And that is a patient 83. That's a fly ball to center field. That'll be the second out. And now here's Donnie, a young Donnie Baseball. Reached on an error his last time up. And a defense 64. That could be interesting. Defense check, range to left field. Law's range is a B. I think he's going to get there. Yeah, 1 to 34 hit, 64 on the dice. Law's going to get there and retire the side. Fly ball to left. No runs. There was a hit, but that's all the Yankees can muster. It's still 6-2 White Sox. At the end of 5. Very possible could be seeing the White Sox and the Yankees in 1994, but the White Sox have their own tough game tonight against the Mariners, Game 1 of the American League Wild Card Series. It's Chris Bosio versus Wilson Alvarez. Catch that tonight. We're still playing it. Brian Fisher will take over in a second inning and work for the Yankees. Who leads off for that's Brian Little. So one Brian will pitch for another Brian. Brian Little is 0 for 3. And that is a tough 55, and that is a ground out to second. Little heads back to the dugout, and now we'll see Harold Baines. I thought they quit basketball. Little, you stink. Here's Harold Baines. That is a tough 27. Baines is going to get a double on that one. That's a double. That's his second double of the game. And he is 2 for 3. He'll go to second base. And that will bring up Greg Walker. Walker having a good game. He's 2 for 3, a home run and a single. Walker hit a 3-run jack in the first inning. Brian Fisher, here's the pitch. And that is a ballpark 88, and he's a lefty. That's going to be in play. And an in-play 47 is a ground ball to first. Walker will be thrown out. Will be taking the play there. He'll be out at first. Baines does move to third. And that is going to be out number 2. And now here's the original Pudge, Carlton Fisk. Two outs. Baines on at third. Fisk pitching to Fisher. And that's a tough 67, and that's going to be a ground out to second base. Throws to first, side retired. No runs for the White Sox, but they do get a hit. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Still 6-2 in favor of Tom Seaver, trying to get his 300th win again. That's actually going to be it for Fisher. He is done. So the Yankees will bring in a new pitcher for the 7th. Here's Dave Winfield. Winfield 1 for 2. Got a single in the first. Here's the pitch. And that is a tough 34 base hit for Winfield. That's actually going to be off the wall in left center field. Winfield's going to have a leadoff double. His second hit of the game. And now here's Dan Pasqua. Pitch from Seaver. And that is a tough 86. And that's a ground ball to second base. He'll get it. Throw to first. Winfield will move over to third. That is an out. That is the first out. Winfield moves to third base on that. Batter now is Ron Hassey. Infield's going to play back. White, you're up 4 by 4 runs. You want the out. So they're going to try to play back. Don't let Winfield score if it's a grounder. And that's going to be a tough 57. And that's a fly ball to left field. And that's going to be caught by Law. And it is a tough pitch, which means Winfield has to hold. It was not hit deep enough. 2 outs. And now Willie Randolph. I still have no issues with a pitcher. If a fly ball is hit on a tough at the run, that the runner doesn't move. My thing is patient and in play should be the same. If it's an in play, I think that's where you should still have a coach's choice. But we'll see what Joe Bryan does, because he is updating his rules and his charts as he's working on them pretty much now, I think. Willie Randolph, the batter. Tom Seaver trying to get him out. Let's see what happens. And that's going to be a patient 68. And Randolph is going to smack a double. And he will hit a double. Winfield will come in to score. It's now 6-3. Randolph on at second. And now here's Pags. Here's the pitch by Seaver. And that is a defense 42. That could be a trouble. Error check to shortstop. The ball is hit to Guillen. His error rating is a 5. He's going to be fine. 42 on the dice, 1-33. Nice play by Guillen. Throws to first, and they get out of the jam. Run for the Yankees. 1 run, 2 hits, though. It's 6-3 at the end of 6. We go to the top of the 7th. Do a little quick shuffle here. Yep. There. Doing the cards a bit. No problem. And flip. Top of the 7th inning, who leads off? Oscar Gamble And I think the Yankees will go to a lefty in this case here. Let's see what they want. And they're going to bring in Bob Shirley to pitch. 5 wins, 5 losses, 2.64 ERA. Shirley is the next pitcher for the Yankees. He can pitch innings 7 and 8. Now going against the lefties, here's Oscar Gamble. And that is a tough 71. And that's an easy fly out to center. And the batter will be Tim Hewlett. Hewlett walked his last time up. Hewlett actually hits lefties better. That's a defense 05. That could be a problem. That's going to be an error check to shortstop. And Bobby Meacham's error rating is a 3. 05, not a chance. That's going to be an error on Meacham. That's going to be an E6, and it's a 1-base error. Hewlett will make it to first. That's the first error on the Yankees in this game. Hewlett, a 3C steal rating, will not run. Here's Ozzie Guillen. One out. Pitch coming. And that is a tough 41. And that's a line drive hit right to first base. Hewlett has to dive to get back. 2 outs. Line out to third, line out to first. Line out to first base. Hewlett dives just to get back in time. Guillen is out of there, though. 2 down. And now here's Salazar. Pitch to Salazar from Shirley. And that is an in-play 86, and that's a ground out to short. Throw goes to second easy, and that will end the inning. 7th inning stretch here. 6-3 White Sox. No runs, no hits, but an error on the Yankees. Bottom of the 7th coming up. This will be Tom Seaver's last inning. He had given up 3 runs, so he can pitch this inning without fatigue. As we go to the bottom of the 7th. Leading off for the Yanks will be Bobby Meacham. He committed the error earlier. And the Yankees are now going to start looking at the bench. Meacham is a shortstop. I'm really not keeping total track of everything, but see if they have another shorter, and they do. But it's a regular season game, so this guy's got to go by at bats, not by average. Against rights, 170, 284. Don Baylor. He's just as bad as Meacham. Might as well let Meacham bat. Meacham will go ahead and bat. They'll bat instead. So Bobby Meacham will bat against Seaver. Bottom of 7th inning, 6-3 White Sox. And that is an in-play 20. And it's good. And as funny as it is, Meacham's going to get a hit. That's a base hit. Meacham goes to first. Wanted to replace him, and Meacham said to me, okay, wait a second, give me a chance here. And he gets that. That's a hit. 4+ B reels. His next inning is 8. 8 is his fatigue rating, is 8th. So it's next inning. Meacham gets on there. Steal rating is a 4+, which means it would be a 5 because it's his first time he's on, but it's still a 6 on the dice. Will not run. And the batter will be Ricky Henderson. Yeah, the White Sox bullpen is getting ready. I really would like to see Seaver to get through this inning. What I've been forgetting about is the percentage dice roll. On a tough, the rolls are increased by 10. I've been forgetting about that. I got to keep track. Bobby Meacham. So, yeah, no, it's set 8. Fatigue rating is 8/long on his card for 85. So he can go. He is not fatigued yet until the next inning. So here's Henderson. And that is a defense check 06. That's going to be a problem. Range check to center field. And that's going to be to Salazar. His range is a D. He's not getting to that one easily. And that's going to drop in for a single, 2 stars. Meacham will go to third. And Henderson's on at first. Nobody out. And as much as I wanted him to finish this inning out, I'm forced to go to the bullpen with that. Runners at first and third, And nobody out here in the bottom of 7, 6-3. And that is going to be it for Seaver. I'm not going to take any more chances. We got to go to the bullpen for the White Sox. Let's see who we go to with. The next batter is Ken Griffey. And I think they're going to bring in a lefty to deal with him. Let's see who they got. And it's going to be Juan Agosto, who will come in for the White Sox. 4-3, 3.58 ERA. The White Sox are going to Griffey does not double play, so they're going to play the infield in. He does not even play. His double play rating is a 4, so it'll be very difficult. So a total it'd have to be that a 4 or lower to get both. So they're going to play infield in, try to get from Meacham from scoring. Nobody out, bottom of 7. And that is another defense check, 70. Let's see what this is. That's a range check to third. Hewlett's range is a C, and he is going to, it becomes a D because of infield in, but he's still going to make the play. So it's a 1 to 53. Range of D, it still makes the play with the infield in. So it is an out, and it's going to be a ground ball fielder's choice. Now I got to find out if the run would score. So this is interesting. Like, rare that happens. So let's see what we got here. And that is if forced, lead runner is out, batter safe at first, other runners advance 1 base. If no runners forced, batter out at first, other runners hold. So it's forced. The lead runner is out, but Meacham is not forced. So Ricky Henderson should be out at second. Meacham should score, and it's an infield, but it's an infield in. So let me check that chart too, just in case. Because it is a ground ball. So actually the infield in chart nullifies that, actually, because it is infield in. Jesus Christ. So now we re-roll all 4 dice and refer to infield in play at home chart. So now we go to the infield in play at home chart. So we roll all 4 dice. So I'm going to roll. So I'm just going to pick a card. So 51. So 5. Compare the 2d6 total to the runner's run rating. And Meacham's run rating is an 8. So it is lower than the run rating. So the runner is going to be safe, but Henderson is out. Or do we do this? You know what? I'm going to have to get clarification on that. I'm going to say Meacham scores, Henderson is out, 1 out, and Griffey is on first. He makes the play. It's now 6-4. That's a little tricky on those range plays when you got the infield in. So it's now 6-4 is how I'm going to do it. I'll get more clarification on that with Joe. I'll have to ask him a question. But Griffey is out. So Henderson is out. Griffey's on at first on a fielder's choice, but Meacham will score. But now 1 out, and the batter is Mattingly. Golden Eagle joins me 99 here at our tribute game here for Tom Seaver. He did leave with the win. Now the White Sox got to close it. And that is a tough 11 and struck him out. Wow, close. Mattingly to strikeout 1-11 against a lefty, and he does. Rare strikeout from Mattingly against a left-handed pitcher, 2 outs. Big K by Agosto. And the batter now is Winfield with 2 outs now. And that is a tough 41. And that is going to be a ground ball right back to Agosto. He'll throw to first and get the out, and the inning is over. So even with all that crap I was going through on that. So 1 run, 2 hits. And it's now 6-4 at the end of 7. But I got to check that with Joe Bryan on that. What over does a range play overrule infield in? Ground ball fielder's choice. I'll have to check that. As I said, he's updating some of his rules, and maybe I can help him. Top of the 8th inning, White Sox leading 6-4 here. This is August 4th, 1985. Bob Shirley, the pitcher for the Yankees. He'll go to his 2nd inning of work. And the leadoff batter is Rudy Law. Remember, we got Payoff Pitch Baseball again, but 8 o'clock. American League Wild Card Series, game number 1, Seattle Mariners at Chicago White Sox at Comiskey Park. Don't miss that one. And so far, my postseason is off and running with high-octane gas. Yeah, that was Ken Griffey Sr., exactly. That is going to be an in-play 78. That's a fly out to center field. Yeah, this is 1985. This is Tom Seaver's tribute game, his 300th win when he pitched for the White Sox against the Yankees, a game I actually saw on TV all those years ago. Here's Brian Little in tribute to Tom Terrific. Yeah, this is not a play. This isn't the playoff game. That's later. Here's the pitch to Little, and that's a patient 95, and that's going to be a fly ball to left field. Boy, avoided a hit by pitch. Fly to left, 2 outs. Bob Shirley, Yankee bullpen isn't too bad. Here's Harold Baines. Baines having a good day today. He's 2 for 3, 2 doubles and a walk. Pitch coming, tough 90, and that is a definite ground out to second and a 1-2-3 inning for Shirley. Nothing there for the White Sox. Go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Juan Agosto coming out to pitch again. Dan Pasqua. And Pasqua is awful against lefties. Let me see if I can bring somebody else in for him. And that's going to be, now let's see, I think that's going to be, let's see what we got here against left-handed. And that is going to be Don Baylor. Don Baylor is going to pinch hit for Pasqua. Pasqua was in left field. Baylor is a DH, so I'll find another left fielder for the Yankees, and that is going to be Billy. Is that going to be Billy Sample? Let me see here, or Omar Moreno. That's going to be Omar Moreno. He's going to take over in left field for Pasqua, but Don Baylor is the batter. Let me get his stats in. B55. Same stats. Don Baylor pinch hitting against Agosto. Here's the pitch. And that is an in-play 68. And that is a grounder to second base. 1 out. Got the good hitting Don Baylor out. Next batter is Ron Hassey. And he is catcher. We might see a pinch hitter for him also. Let's see. Who's next against Juan Agosto? Let's see who's next in there. Close, but 216 and 1. Yeah, actually. And we'll see a pinch hitter. So Hassey's going to leave the game as well. Butch Weiniger will take over for him and also take over at catcher. He's an A3-3. For Hassey, he's a better catcher, actually. A3-3. As Weiniger will now take over for him. 6-4. Rangers reduced in many games infield. That's correct. I did do that. So I did. Again, so I would make it -20. Yeah, I'll have to see. But the range definitely was a. The range was. I did reduce the range. That I did do. He was a C, so it became a D. My issue was, does the range and the infield was in, so it said ground ball fielder's choice. Now he was not the lead runner. As I said, I'll ask Joe Bryan. I'll get an official from him. I'll email him, and he'll tell me what he thinks. Here's the pitch, and that is a ballpark 67 for Weiniger, hitting from the right side. That's going to be in play, and an in play 20 is a base hit for Weiniger, and he'll go to first. And now Willie Randolph. You're probably right, Tony, but I'll see what he says on it. Because that's not the first time that's happened. Weiniger not a stealing threat. Randolph the batter. He will bat. And that is a tough 61 And that is a ground ball to third. Randolph's double play rating is a 9. 9 is on the board, but a 6 for Agosto. So the only play they got is the second. So Randolph makes it to first. Weiniger is out at second base on a fielder's choice. Randolph is actually having a good day. He was 2 for 3. Now they'll bring up Mike Pagliarulo. Randolph not running. See if Agosto can get out this inning. Here's the pitch to Pags. And that's an in-play 90. He will. That is a grounder to second base. Tosses the shortstop, covering the bag. And the White Sox are 3 outs away from getting Tom Seaver his 300th win. No runs and a hit. We go to the top of the ninth in this little tribute game to Tom Seaver. Bob Shirley is done. Leading off for the White Sox is Greg Walker. And I think we might see another lefty for the Yankees. And it's going to be their closer, Dave Righetti's going to come on to pitch. Dave Righetti will try to keep this a 6-4 game to allow the Yankees to go up against... Man, that's also Agosto's last inning, too. He's also done. So we'll see a new pitcher for the White Sox as well. Thank you, Bleacher Bums Gaming. Thank you, Anthony. I have to. So this is our, let's say this, so how we got, so this is what we got. So Al Red Sox fan did his tribute utilizing PC Replay Baseball. Cards and Dice TV, Tony used Stratomatic Baseball. I'm using Payoff Pitch Baseball. Now we need someone to do Tom Terrific, a tribute for him using Inside Pitch or APA. Someone needs to do that. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm claiming the Payoff Pitch tribute. Now we need someone to do Inside Pitch or APA or Fall Classic, any other version. So someone get a call to tabletop to Earl at Baseball Demos. Tell him to bring out his Inside Pitch with Tom Seaver on it somewhere, because he's got the Inside Pitch seasons. At least some of. I think you might have. I think you've got one too, right, Anthony? So someone needs to do Inside Pitch for him, since I've claimed Payoff Pitch and Tony did Stratomatic. So here's Greg Walker. What are we, top of the ninth? Yeah, top of the ninth inning. Let's get my scoreboard right. Top of the ninth. Seaver's up 6-4. They need to close the game out. Righetti with the pitch. That is a tough 82, and that is a fly ball to center. 1 out. And that's fine. Do a tribute for him using a 1980 game when he was a Red. Choose his best game from that season. I would have if Joe Bryant had the 1986 season ready or already out, or I would have had it, I would have done his last game as a Red Sox. But since I have every one of his seasons, I said, well, I got a number to choose from. I'll choose his 300th victory against. I'll choose his 300th victory as a White Sox. As much as I'm a Mets fan, I'll do it as a White Sox. And of course, Tony did an awesome tribute. Okay, with him as a Met, his first game in 1967 against the Pirates. So choose a good game out of 1980 for him. Doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a Met. Remember, he played for Mets, Reds, White Sox, Red Sox. Fine by me. Carlton Fisk, the batter. Fisk is 0 for 3 tonight. And that is a tough 19, and that's a strikeout. Fisk goes down. And now we'll see Oscar Gamble. Gamble is 1 for 4. Yeah, he's one for 4. Yeah. Steeler fan joins me here. Of course, he has been here. Here's the pitch to Gamble from Righetti, and that is an in-play 15. That's going to be a base hit for Gamble. Righetti gives up a rare hit. He goes to first. Second hit of the night for Gamble. And now here's Tim Hewlett. Pitch from Righetti. And that is a tough 43. And Hewlett's going to get a base hit. That is a single. Gamble's run rating is 6. It will still make third. Runners at first and third, 2 outs. A single by Hewlett. And now the batter is Ozzie Guillen. And Guillen, unfortunately, does not hit lefties very well. Let's see if the White Sox want to go to the bench. Although I really don't know if I want to get rid of Guillen's range, but let's see what we got here. At short, Fletcher's actually got good range, too. I think we're going to see a pinch hitter. Guillen's going to come out. Let's see who they want to bring in to pitch against the lefty. 148, 168. And that's going to be Scott Fletcher. Most at bats against lefties on the bench. Fletcher batted .298. He will take over at shortstop. He's actually a better shortstop. He's an A. Better range. He's an A4, so makes a few more errors, but Scott Fletcher will take over to try to get a hit. 2 outs, runners at first and third. Let's see if Scott Fletcher can get a big hit off of Dave Righetti. And that is a patient 15, and that's a walk. And that loads the bases. For Luis Salazar. Salazar's in center field. Do I want to bring in a batter for the bench for him? Let's see. Do I have anybody that can play center? The answer is yes. And 148. 236. Nope, Salazar's going to bat. He's got the better average in this case. So Luis Salazar will bat. Bases loaded, top of the 9th inning. Can Salazar put this game away for Seaver? And that is a tough 42. And, oh, he just missed it. Oh, 37 to 41. He rolls a 42. Popped it out to third. Popped it first, actually. Popped it out to first. Side retired. No runs, 2 hits. Oh, he just missed it. Oh. So now it'll come down to the closer for the White Sox to get the franchise his 300th win. So Scott Fletcher does take over for Ozzie Guillen. It's short. We'll get them. And I believe the White Sox will go ahead and bring out their closer. And that's going to be Bob James. He was the closer for the White Sox. 32 saves. It'll be up to him to try to get the game done. Bobby Meacham is the leadoff batter. Yankees going to go to the bench, see if there's anybody that can replace him. Meacham is a shortstop, and the answer to that question is yes. Meacham will come out, and Andre Robertson will come in to pinch hit. He had 25 at-bats against righties in 1985, but he was on the roster on that date. Andre Robertson bats .360, so Bob James, and he will take over at short in case we go any further. So here's Andre Robertson against Bob James. The only team the Yankees can beat these days is the Mets. Yeah. My Mets, I don't know if my Mets are really into it this season. And I don't know if I'm even into the season, Cammy Poo. I really don't know. I'm actually having more fun doing this than I am watching the actual ball games. Bottom of the 9th inning. Bob James trying to get Tom Seaver his 300th win. August 4th, 1985 at Yankee Stadium. James pitches to Robertson. And that is a tough 76, and that's a ground out to second, 1 out. And that's a big out because Robertson definitely has good hitting ability against rights. Here's Ricky Henderson. Henderson will bat. Yeah, I know. Brownie Van Wagen was just what he was. I don't know. Henderson is 2 for 4, 2 singles. Pitch from James. And that's a tough 89, and that's a ground out to short. 1 out away from getting Tom Seaver his 300th win, and it will be up to Ken Griffey Sr. to try to keep for the Yankees. Griffey is 1 for 4. Bob James. I'll answer that in a little bit. Bob James pitching to Griffey. And now Red Sox fan now joins me for the final, probably the final out. White Sox leading 6-4. Does Tom Seaver once again get his 300th win for the franchise? It's a patient 43. Not yet. Griffey hits a double. Keeps it alive. And now the batter is Donnie Baseball. And if no, I'm not walking Donnie Baseball. You don't put the tying run on base. Gervy on at second. Mattingly at the plate. Bob James, the Chicago White Sox closer for 1985, trying to get him his 300th win. Here's the pitch to Mattingly. And it's a tough 88, and he will do it. Ground ball to second base. Picked up by Little. He throws to Walker at first. That will do it once again. Tom Seaver. Once again, Tom Seaver gets his 300th victory here at Yankee Stadium. Final score 6-4 here of 1980 on August 4th, 1985. Tom Seaver, the franchise, does it again. Once again, he does it. And it was terrific. What a way for him to play. I'm glad I did this on Payoff Pitch, not Action PC Baseball. As of course I've been telling, and of course Al Red Sox fan joins me. He did his Tom Seaver tribute on PC Replay. Cards and Dice, Tony Cards and Dice did it on Stratomatic. I have now done the Payoff Pitch version. So, and Bleacher Bums Gaming says he'll do one now for Insight on an Inside Pitch tribute. So someone needs to do an APA tribute for him, and maybe someone else needs to do maybe a Fall Classic if anyone has that game, or a Pine Tar tribute. Somebody needs to do a Pine Tar tribute baseball. I think everyone a different Cards and Dice engine should do a tribute for Tom Seaver. It's okay to do it PC. I was going to do Action PC. I was playing one last night. I didn't like the way it was going. I said, you know what? Let it be Cards and Dice. Okay. Al Red Sox fan did PC Replay Baseball. He did it by rolling the dice. So as far as I'm concerned, he has fulfilled his obligation because he did it by dice, even though he used the computer to do it, but he rolled dice. He did not have the computer do the dice. So as far as I'm concerned, PC Replay has been used. I've done Payoff Pitch, Cards and Dice done Stratomatic. Someone needs to do APA and Inside Pitch. At least those two next, and maybe another one later. Doesn't matter what year, or what game, what team he was with. Someone needs to do it for Tom Terrific. Anyway, Steeler fan 1933. Or Status Pro would be fine too. Either that or History Maker Baseball would be fine also. Replay's already been done because that was done by Al Red Sox fan, but we could do another replay. Or History Maker Baseball, exactly. That'd be fine also. Status Pro. Any one of you guys. Let's just do it. Let's keep it different. Let's not repeat. So I've done Payoff. What's done is PC Replay, Payoff Pitch, and Stratomatic. So now we got APA, Inside Pitch, History Maker Baseball, Status Pro. Either ones will work. Anyway, Cards and Dice TV. Anthony from Bleacher Bums Gaming. Dave Little, Steeler fan, 1933. Al Red Sox fan, King of the Hill. The Gold Eagle, 99. Cammy Poo, 2915. Mr. Moley, 55. After further review with Steve Tower. Boy, a lot of people. Philip Reynolds. Brandon Baker. Sports Time Machine. Got a lot of people that joined me in the chat today. Thank you all for joining me in 1 hour at 8 o'clock. The 1994 American League Wild Card Series begins. Game 1, Mariners at the White Sox. So join me there for that in about 1 hour. But here, for everyone, Tom Terrific Seaver, the franchise. He is now on God's starting rotation. And last I checked, he is starting tonight. So if anybody can see him, let's see if he can throw a perfect game. Tom Terrific, we miss you. Thank you for joining us, Tom Terrific, and showing how great a pitcher you are. Best pitcher and player in Mets history, top 10 pitcher in baseball history. Try to argue with me with that. Only him and Walter Johnson share a very special thing with ERAs under 3 and 3,000 strikeouts and 300 wins. Everyone, stay safe, stay smart, stay strong, stay healthy. See you guys in an hour. Tom Terrific, we salute you. Take care, everyone. See you later.